I suck at AirRB. So I gave myself 1 week to get better, and I'm here to share the results and answer the question, did I succeed? And how did I do it? But before we get into the results, let's start from the beginning. As you all know, I've been playing War Thunder on and off for the better part of a decade. The issue though is that I did not play the game frequently or for long periods of time. So as a result, I never had the time to incrementally build real skill. At the start, that didn't matter. But as the grind got more brutal, something needed to change. In the past years, I've only completed researching one vehicle, and my rewards have been pretty poor. And watching my brother play the game on his computer, constantly getting 5 to 8 kills, I realized something needed to change. I needed to level up. So, for the past week, I've been working on changing that. And this is how I did it and its results. I firstly needed to know the scale of the problem I was facing. So I got into the cockpit on one of my fighters and tried something simple, boom and zoom. And this is what happened. Then again, and then again. I even tried to use Japan, thinking their aircraft's superior maneuverability would make up for my skill issue, ignoring the fact that they were basically flying sheets of paper with very slow bullet velocity, and combined with my skill issue, resulted in the same thing. Then I tried the US of A, and even the Soviet tech tree to get a bit of that Russian bias. But it didn't even work. And if you want to know how far I went, I even tried Italian and French tech trees to get some of that bread. But no bread. I got no bread. I even tried ground RB. And to be fair, I'm gonna blame it on my screen because I can't see enemy aircraft without their gamer tags. The pixel density and the poor contrast on my screen makes it very hard to differentiate the terrain from a flying dot. But it seems the more I tried, the more obvious the problem was. The problem was, I haven't been playing fighters or doing any dogfighting since I stopped playing arcade in 2021. There just wasn't an incentive for me to do so. If I was already making good RP from playing bombers and simulator, and a good amount of Silver Lions from bombing in realistic. And yes, you can argue I kicked the can down the road when it comes to learning how to play fighters, but you got to understand, back then, progress mattered more than skill to me. Hold on, wait a minute. But if you're so bad, how did you get to rank 4? The simple answer is bombers and simulator battles. The better answer is, back in the day in 2021 and 2022, I used to abuse the ability to create custom simulator battles, getting all the good nations on one side and using the FW200 and ME264 to blow out enemy bases and air bases to farm an insane amount of RP. This strategy did land me in hot water, as the Silver Lion to RP ratio was unbalanced for simulator mode. And in the same games, I ended up being shot down too often, causing me to go bankrupt. I spent almost the whole of 2022, 2023, and even 2025 just purchasing the vehicles I unlocked in 2021 and 2. That's also why I have a large gap in my tech tree, as updates kind of changed what I had and how I unlocked it. So, what made me change strategies? And the answer is the Horton 229. When I finally unlocked the ability to grind rank 5 aircraft,
I could finally research the Horton 229. This aircraft is the whole reason I started playing War Thunder. I loved it back then and I still love it today. But when I started researching it, it's hit me all of a sudden that I may not have the skills or the ability to fly this aircraft to the way that I desire to, as I haven't played fighters for the better part of half a decade, and ever since I've barely touched bombers, and that's how I embarked on this journey. So the next thing I did was open Microsoft Word, open YouTube, and searched how to play fighters in War Thunder, and took notes, a lot of notes. I watched a couple of videos, but to be honest, the majority of them are pretty generic. They pretty much just say boom and zoom, which is exactly what I was trying to do with tragic results. But I felt they were missing the important substance and the fundamentals. And honestly, I was about to give up on looking for War Thunder tutorials, and I was trying to use DCS tutorials to try and fill that void. But one video by one guy changed everything. This was the video's title: Get More Kills in ARB for Beginners by Azimuth Zero. I'll leave a link in the description. Not only did this cover the basics, it also covered some of those fundamental rules of engagement, rules that I haven't been following or didn't know existed. Rules such as side climbing, defensive flying, target prioritization, setting the right priorities, the 3 A's of boom and zoom, vertical targeting, and the list goes on. But what I was missing out was target prioritization, defensive flying, and the 3 A's of the boom and zoom tactic, which is the approach, aim, and avoid. This is just a generalization, and you can find the link to the video in the description or in the player card at the top. So, after watching the video and going through my notes, I went ahead and applied the lessons I learned and played my first game in the BF109 E3. Why the BF109? Because I believe it's the most balanced fighter offered by the German tech tree, and I think we should let the gameplay speak for itself. And yeah, I was genuinely surprised and excited. After coming from a losing streak of pretty much 0 kills, you can't say I didn't improve. 2 kills and I won the game. However, to be fair, I ran out of time after being schooled by a gladiator. But it didn't matter. What mattered is that I won till I didn't, because the next 2 games were honestly horrible, and I ended up not recording the following games after that. But maybe this had to do with me becoming overconfident and a little bit cocky in my gameplay. Either way, the following days I was generally getting better. As I got more kills and scored higher on the leaderboard, my confidence grew. And with my confidence growing, I started playing higher and higher BRs. Instead of the average 0.3 kills, I was now getting an average of 1 to 2 kills per game, which was amazing for my situation. I was having trouble controlling my throttle though. I don't know whether it has to do with my keyboard or the console, but I can't use the Shift or Alt keys while pressing other buttons, which puts me in an awkward position from time to time. But at this point, I was considering ending the video here and making a second video on my improvement journey. But something changed. I had this feeling that this wasn't enough. I had to improve my skills even more. But every time I came into a fight with someone better than me, I always ended up dying before the game ended. I felt like I still had a long way to go. So the next step of my self-improvement journey was learning to do dogfighting. So again, I watched more content on dogfighting, especially the one from Azimuth Zero again. And honestly, the first try didn't go so well. But the second try, I won the game. It felt incredible. I thought I was gonna die towards the mid part of the game, but I ended up taking out the guy who was supposed to kill me. I can tell he wasn't experienced, but still, 3 kills, and I was the last man standing. The goal was to get 4 kills and kill the last guy, but the last guy made a wise decision to J out. But man, it was amazing. Now I've finally gotten the hang of air combat. It was time for me to level up from a beginner. My next goal is to master dogfighting and master my aircraft. Just because I'm no longer getting 0 kills doesn't mean I must stick to this new post I've landed. I must grow, I must ascend, I must dogfight, and that, my friends, is the story for another day. I decided to create this story not so that I could brag, but as proof that there is no shame in having a skill issue as long as you are actively working on getting better. This video took over 4 weeks of planning, searching, researching, training, recording, scripting, editing, goofing around, photo editing, thinking of titles, perfecting, and adding my own little sauce on top. I had every opportunity to join the lazy club or use AI generated slop, but I didn't. So if you guys are still watching, please scroll down and click that subscribe button. It shows that I am doing something right. Hit that like button to show your approval and share to spread the skill issue across the globe. But before we leave, I've got a special announcement. I want to let you guys know the official Red Go Fighter Discord channel is now live. So please go to the link in the description and join our growing community. And if you want to support the channel, please go down into the description and visit the official Red Go Fighter Patreon page. If you want more information, I suggest watching our official launch video attached in the title card at the top corner. Please keep your eyes open for any opportunities, as I will be looking for a Discord moderator in future. I am your host, Red Go Fighter. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next week.